Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your October 2019 Psychic Tarot reading with me, Stella Wilde. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your general monthly tarot reading. Few quick announcements before we get started. Please go read, the cat was just exiting. Please go read your monthly horoscope if you have not already done so. The link is in the description. You can also listen to it over on YouTube, whichever you prefer. So check that out because that gives you additional intuitive insight into your month ahead. This month I'm going to be doing a Celtic Cross reading. Haven't done that in a while. I'm going to be laying out 10 cards and your extended reading over on Vimeo, which is of course totally optional. We'll dive into the energy that we end with this Celtic Cross. So it's a great way to help support the channel, and I really appreciate it, and also to invest in yourself and get the additional intuitive information you need to manifest your wildest dreams, because that is what it is all about here on this channel. So as I said, these are general readings. If you have a personal concern, if you want to connect one-on-one, the link is in the description for working with me to get an astrology reading and or tarot reading. Cat hair, sorry about that. She was here, as you saw at the beginning of the video, and then she left, so I've already shuffled quite a bit. Nine of Pentacles on the bottom, Sag. Shuffled quite a bit. I'm just gonna give another quickie here. Meanwhile, please, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. It would be lovely to have you as part of the community. All right, one more quick shuffle, and let's see. Now, as I explained to Scorpio, whose video I just did, and I'm filming these on September 25th, I use the cards as an intuitive jumping off point. Okay? So it's not just about telling you what one card means. And also, when I do a Celtic Cross, I want to look at how all of the card energies interact with one another to give you an overall picture. Sometimes the energy is indeed about love. It manifests much more about that. Or it's really about money. Or it's really about manifestation or well-being or your spiritual life. So, I never know until I pull out the cards. So let's see what we have here. Very interesting. Okay, so let's just see what we have here. Interesting situation. You want something very badly, Sagittarius. You want something very, very badly. And you have, in the recent past, not been going about manifesting it in a way that's truly authentic to you. I don't want to say the right way, because is there a right or a wrong way to manifest? I don't know, It all depends on where you're at on your journey, right? But, I tell people when I do a Celtic Cross that there's usually one card that kind of leaps out at me. It's not always in the same position. It's not always a major arcana, although in this case it is. And actually with Scorpios it was too, and it was in the same position. But what's leaping out at me here for you guys, Sag, is what's in your heart, which is the Devil. And what this suggests to me, as I said, is you want something very, very badly, to almost to the point where it's become this obsessive quest. Now, these are general readings, of course. But what I can say from this, from the outcome card, which I will share in a little bit, I feel that the obsessive quest for most of you watching this is about some sort of love manifestation, love relationship. Okay? However, there are some few other things that are going on that are requiring your attention, shall we say, this month. First. But there is a shift in your energy this month, Sagittarius, because you are going to have to address some other things before this can start to come to fruition. Now, I know sometimes people, with the Devil card, they're like, oh, this is lust, this is addiction, this is da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? And yes, that is true. But when we look at this card in the significance of this whole spread, and of course I'll give you all the cards in a second, This to me is obsessively desiring something, perhaps to the point where, yes, you're using that yearning, that desire to perhaps distract you from other things that you know need attention. But the other things that need attention, you don't really want to deal with. You'd rather just fantasize, be in your heart space. Oh, and when we connect, it's going to be like this, and oh my God. And okay, right? So like you're in that. Meanwhile, I mean, I tried to bring in that Sag energy right there, right? You know, my Sag, like you're so enthusiastic, which is one of the things I love about you guys. Okay, but you're in that like obsessive, exciting heart space. Meanwhile, this is at the top of your reading. So the way I read that is that this is influencing the energy of your whole month, if we're looking at this Celtic cross. So there is something that you're not looking at in regards to either your self-esteem, your well-being / health, and your finances, or your finances. It could be all of the above, one of the above, whatever. The last 2 months, at least, the last 2 months. For some of you, it could be the last 2 years. I hope not. But the last 2 months, Sag, you have not been listening. You have not been listening to the downloads, the intuitive information, the little like pinpricks on your consciousness of, hello, we're trying to get your attention. Like your spirit guides are like trying to get your attention, but it's about things you don't want to deal with. Therefore, they're coming up again this month. Coming up again. This is your present energy for October, Sag. We have the Judgment card upright. Another 2, right? Here's another 2. The last 2 months. Now the reckoning is here. The Judgment card is here saying, Sagittarius, you got to get it together. You've got to get it together and stop fighting the inevitable. And what I mean by the inevitable is what's at the base of your reading, which is the Ace of Swords. You must make a firm, decisive decision, line in the sand. No one's gonna F with me anymore. Like, you must make this sound commitment to addressing your situation that you have not wanted to address, which I already explained from this card. For some of you, it's more of just an overall dis-ease. I don't mean a disease, but a dis-ease, an overall feeling that something's not right. But rather than go there and look for clarity about it by really checking in with yourself, by journaling, by talking to a friend, by talking to a therapist, by spending some time alone in contemplation, I mean, whatever, right? Trying to figure it out. You're just like, oh, la, 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 la. Like, let me just obsess about this person I have a crush on. Okay. And that's not bad, right? Gosh, everybody's been there, done that, right? I mean, gosh, of course. But chickens coming home to roost, you must get it together. This must be looked at because something good is going to be coming in toward the end of the month. And which is your outcome card, which I'll get to. And it is another 2, your outcome card. We have a 2 here, and a 2 is your outcome card. So partnerships, the number 2, right? Very much in the frame, partnerships, but also 2s are about this idea of waiting. But this is a waiting that, in a way, you've brought on yourself. You've been holding up getting the ball rolling because you haven't looked at this. If you would just deal with some of this stuff, Sagittarius, you will find it's going to open up an energetic healing and an energetic space for this new relationship to come in. So this is what's going on. But you've got to stop fighting the inevitable. You've got to stop. It's here. You must deal with your stuff, okay? Now, you are going to deal with it. You are going to deal with it. For some of you, in the near future, we have the Page of Pentacles. Now, this, of course, could be a younger person. You might be dealing with an Earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But what I really feel from looking at the other cards is that you could be getting some good news about finances, and or you get a real affirmative boost from the universe about yourself. You just get a boost of self-esteem, like, you know, either in your work or about something you've created, about how you're a great parent, a great cook, you know, I don't know, whatever it might be. But somebody recognizes and gives you an affirmative sign. The universe gives you an affirmative sign that you are wonderful. Why are you doubting that? But as I said, for some of you, this is money news coming in that's going to help alleviate some of the problems that you have not wanted to face about your finances. So this could even be, connecting with some sort of financial advisor. This could be reconfiguring your finances, getting on a debt repayment plan. This is positive manifestation of something connected to your financial security. Like I said, it could be a raise, a bonus, money coming in, or just really taking ownership and getting it together with staying on a budget so that you're being a grown-up about something you know you've been needing to deal with. All right? Which is why, well, let me just say, your hope and your fear is the Queen of Pentacles upright. So this is critical, like dealing with this stuff. You want to graduate from kind of an immature way you may have been handling finances, your well-being, like health issues you know you got to address, some psychological baggage that may be happening. You want to graduate from the Page to the Queen. You want to finally get this under control once and for all. This is in your hope and your fear, this card. So Queen of Pentacles energy is, again, another grounded earth sign. Like, you know, you want to get real about some of this stuff. And the thing is, you've had your ruling planet Jupiter squaring Neptune for the last 6 weeks, maybe even a little longer. That's going to start breaking up this month. You're not going to have that energy happening. And that energy really was hard to get a handle on. I mean, it was really bringing up a lot of delusion, illusion, inflated ideas, not willing to look at the truth, stuff like that. You're going to start breaking out of that energy, and you're going to be going there to get grounded and look at this stuff and get a handle on it. Also, Pluto is going direct on October 3rd in your second house of money and finances and self-esteem. So this is a perfect month to make the commitment, the pledge to yourself to get clear, especially on finances, about what's really important to you, where you're putting your money, where you're investing in yourself. Because you don't want to, like I said, you want to graduate. You don't want to stay in the Page energy. You want to become somebody who is secure in all ways. In all ways. It's beautiful energy there. Because in your home environment, you are. I mean, this is home, this is environment, this is the energy around you, this card. This Eight of Swords upside down, which is great, which means you're going to get the key. You're going to get the key. You're going to get the key that unlocks a puzzle piece that's going to set yourself free from the aforementioned baggage that we've discussed. Because it really is in your mind. All it's going to take is this click of the key in the lock of your consciousness to make the switch into the energy that's going to allow you to be this grounded, stable person who has it together. Currently, you've been looking and existing sort of in your as I said, your fantasy world rather than dealing with the reality around you. Okay? Once you start dealing with the realities this month, and you make positive progress because you have this here, once that starts happening, guess what we end the month on? We have a new moon in Scorpio on the 27th, October 27th, in your house of the subconscious. So it really is, your whole mindset has the huge potential this month, Sagittarius, to totally transform so that you release the baggage and can manifest the love you want. So I would look toward the end of October, before Mercury goes retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde, sorry, stupid cat here. Mercury goes retrograde, depending on where you're at in the world, October 31st or November 1st. And it'll be retrograde all in November, excuse me. So I think this is going to happen before the Mercury retrograde. This is not, your outcome card is not somebody old coming back. This is somebody new. Look at your outcome card. What you've been wanting, baby. What you want is on your doorstep. Now, this could be literal. Some of you could be meeting somebody right in your neighborhood. Very possible. But the Two of Cups, and it's upright. This is beautiful. So there's a huge potential at more toward, like I said, the end of the month, I'm feeling, for you to go on a first date with somebody, meet somebody who has a similar vibe as you do. This is beautiful energy, and it's another 2. Like I said, we have 3 2s in this reading. So the universe, I feel from this reading, really wants you to clear out some of these things that really need to be cleared out so that you show up as whole and as healed as you can be when you meet this new person. All right? You want to meet this new person as this energy, stable, grounded, together, rather than this energy, needy, in denial, not feeling too good, etc. Okay? So, I'm going to extend this reading. I'm going to do another Celtic cross over on Vimeo. I'm going to take this Two of Cups, I'm going to put it right down, and we're going to use a different tarot deck and see what comes up. Who is this? How's it going to play out? What's going on? I'm excited to find out. I hope you are too. So meet me, Sag, over on the other side in Vimeo, and let's see what this is. As always, thank you so much for being here. Leave me a comment and let me know what's going on with this energy for you. And I hope you have a great October. Stella Wilde.